into what I tried this week because I've got a phone call right after this, so let's get to it. This is very exciting for me because I love the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream for skin prep, but she recently expanded and did a ton of skincare and came out with, I mean, I think this has been out, so correct me if I'm wrong, but there's also, well, okay, rewind. We have the eye cream, which I'm pretty sure was previously existing, original Magic Cream, Magic Night Cream. This one is very intriguing to me because it's almost like a balm. It's very thick and I kind of want to use it on camera because I'm going to be using a matte foundation. Along with that, there's also Magic Cream Light for those of you who are oily and don't want something this heavy. I am dry, I am flaky, so let's do a little prep. I'm gonna start with the eye cream first. Love it. You guys know how much I love NARS Total Replenishing Eye Cream, but this is a good alternative. It's got a nice consistency, especially for underneath concealer. Also, I'm trying to be cool today, and I did this little claw clip hairdo. I'm pretty impressed that it's holding onto all of my hair, not gonna lie. And then let's go in with this night cream just so that you guys can see it. Look at that. It's like a thick gel cream. It has a bit of a rose scent, but I don't mind. Ooh, yum. That's what I like. Look at that glow it's giving my skin. So if you are extremely dry, either need just like a good moisturizer or something to prep your skin with that is going to prevent your makeup from looking flaky or dry, this is a really, really great option. Almost forgot, also have the Charlotte's Magic Lip Oil Crystal Elixir. It's okay. It's one of those roller balls like this. So it's a really lightweight oil, but all of my OGs know how much I love Clarins Moisture Replenishing Lip Balm. So it's good. It's got a nice soft vanilla flavor, but it's never gonna beat Clarins Moisture Replenishing Lip Balm. Okay, for foundation, I have a few blemishes. I don't know why I was getting out of the shower and forgetting to use my Silymarin CF vitamin C treatment from SkinCeuticals. It's an absolute favorite of mine. Definitely something new that I've been trying for about a month or so now. And for the past week, I kept forgetting to apply it. I think I must have like left it in my office beauty room versus the bathroom. And I got all these little breakouts. I'm like, what is different? And today I was like, oh my God, you haven't been applying your Silymarin CF. It has a salicylic acid in it paired with a vitamin C, which to me are like two amazing ingredients that I need in my everyday skincare. Yeah, anyway, I had forgotten to use it. I've got a bunch of little breakouts. I accidentally cut my skin, cut my face while shaving my face, all the peach fuzz. So I want something fuller coverage. I decided to give this a try. I think this has been on the market as well. This is the Jouer Essential High Coverage Creme Foundation. Little disclaimer, it is obviously way too dark for me, but I like the coverage, I like the way it looks. I'm gonna use it and I'm gonna show you how to balance it out. In case this ever happens to you and for some reason you can't return the foundation, I got a trick for you because it's way too dark, okay? Just giving you that warning, so don't come for me. This is the shade Bronzed. These are definitely new. They are the Jouer Anti-Aging Moisture Primer and Anti-Aging Matte Primer. This one has a salicylic acid, so I'm actually gonna apply this to the T-zone to give it a try today. Take a small amount. I like matte primers that have this consistency. Another first impression, not what I've tried. Tried the foundation, really like it. Haven't tried the primer. Do I really need it right here? I mainly only just need it right here. This is where I tend to get oily. I recently have been trying to, I mentioned this in my previous video, I've been trying to just use brushes for my base application. I've come to the conclusion I am not a brush girl when it comes to foundation application. I truly rely on my sponges, especially the Ofra one. And then I picked up this tinier one. This is for blush, which I think is great for cream blush, cream bronzer. So yeah, we're trying to use brushes. There are certain products that will work for that. and that I will use it for, but I've realized for me, my tried and true best application, no matter what I'm using, is to apply it with my fingertips, just a small amount, and then further press it in with a sponge. So that's how I'm gonna apply the Jouer Essential High Coverage Creme Foundation in shade Bronze. Take it, give it a good shake. This one, if I were to describe the consistency, it's like water with pigment water with pigment in it, heavily pigmented water. So it's very, very fluid. So you definitely want to shake it, if not, everything separates. Looks like that. See it already kind of starting to drip down. So starting with a small amount, I'm going to apply it so that way it's warming up on the skin, but also you're able to spread it out as far as you can, so you end up using less product, which in return leads to your foundation lasting you a very long time. Look at that coverage. See how it's dark? This is like the color I wish I was when I'm tan, but the undertone's perfect. So once I get it there, I take my sponge and pick up the excess on my finger. That's how I do a little bit of a cleanup. And then I start pressing it in. I still love my NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation. That one just has a heavier texture, but same amount of coverage. So this is another great option if Soft Matte Complete doesn't work out for you. That cut on my face. I can't believe I did that to myself. As I was doing it, I was like, yeah, that's not good. So taking whatever's on the sponge and just spreading it as far as it can go. But look at that coverage. Look how it covered up that cut and that pimple. Oh, you know what I wanted to show in this video, and I already forgot because I'm not used to doing brows first. I kind of do them last. Anastasia Brow Freeze. I finally got it on Sephora.com. It was sold out for a while, but you definitely have to use that product before there's anything on your face. You really have to smash the product with a spoolie brush onto the brows to get that laminated, lifted, feathery brow effect. Anytime I've used it and I already have product on my face, it gets a little messy. So next time, I'll remember to do it first. But I do like it, but it's kind of funny because it's kind of like a bougie way of doing soap brows when you could just go and buy a bar of soap and get the same effect. Flawless, right? It looks like skin, super lightweight. Honestly, it feels like you put like a little veil of coverage on the skin. So good. But let's balance out the color because it's a little dark. Also a little trick, if there's still some blemishes showing, you can always just take a little more and just press it onto that area. And then just press it back in. I have been trying a ton of different concealers. Same issue, I was just so dry that a lot of my concealers that were matte were making me look super dry. So I've tried these three. Love the Kosas one, pretty sure I featured it already. If I haven't, I might use it today. The Hourglass Vanish concealer in the shade Oat. The Kosas one was shade 03. And this Flower Beauty one, I'm very, just so you guys know I use a lot of high end, but I'm very aware and I try and incorporate drugstore where I can. And Flower Beauty is drugstore, it's Drew Barrymore's makeup line. I really like this formula, but it's too light. So I'm not gonna use it because it's like a light neutral. And for my under eye concealer or highlighting concealer, I like a light warm. And this one's like a light pink, like almost, it looks gray on my skin. Let me swatch the other two so you know what I'm referencing or what I mean. You can reference what I mean. This is the Kosas one in 03. See the difference in that undertone? That's what I like to see. And then Oat from Hourglass. So because I am looking very tan, I think I'm gonna go with the Hourglass concealer because it's light enough that's gonna bounce out the color, but it still has that nice undertone. I am going to apply it where I normally do, center of face. I really like this concealer. Same thing, great coverage, blends out really well. So I would say the Hourglass one is more so towards the matte side, whereas the Kosas and the Flower one are your typical creamy under eye concealers. I'm gonna blend it out with my Oak Breast sponge. And then we will magically see my skin tone go back to normal. So you'll notice too, I tend to flip the sponge over to the side that originally had the foundation on it, because it gives me this really nice seamless blend when I'm working with two really drastic colors, like a concealer that is super light and a foundation that's really dark. It gives me this really nice blend when I do that. I mean, how good does this look? This looks so flawless. I'm like really bummed I didn't use this foundation sooner, but honestly, I think I couldn't find the right shade last time. So I probably just got frustrated and moved on. But that's totally, you know, my loss, because I think this foundation looks great. The concealer looks amazing as well. Now moving on to bronzer and blush. So for bronzer, you guys know I tried the Huda Beauty Tantour, loved it. I bought the Fenty Cheeks Out Cream Bronzer in a lighter shade to see if it would give me a more subtle contour. So this is shade 02, Butta Biscuit, one shade lighter than the one I typically use, which is 03. Even though I'm gonna use a sponge, I still like to warm up the product within the pan just a bit. And you'll notice a difference. I think that the Fenty one is definitely more so, it's more of a solid bronzer compared to the Huda one, which is super super creamy, so your brush picks up a ton if you're heavy-handed, whereas this one, it's pretty solid. So that's the difference between the two. I'm gonna pick it up with my tiny beauty blender and start pressing it in. Look how perfect this little beauty blender is. And this color, do you guys see it? Super light, but still chiseled. Oh, I love it. This is exactly what I was wanting. A really soft contour. Again, I can go in with the larger sponge and just further blend it out. And then I think I'm gonna use a powder contour that I recently bought. Also gonna be a first impression for the sides of the nose, so I'm not gonna add it there. I'm just adding it to the tip of the nose. And then I do like a brush as well to blend underneath here, because it's like a dead giveaway that I contoured right here. You can always see the lines of bronzer. I think even my last video, when I was editing it, I was like, ooh, somebody forgot to blend their bronzer down their neck. I seriously love what I'm seeing right now. Looks so good. Exactly what I was going for with this lighter shade, 02 Butta Biscuit. And then I think one of the reasons I've been using cream bronzers a lot more versus powder is because I've been digging all the cream blushes that have been coming out, and it's a lot easier to apply a cream blush when you also use a cream bronzer. If not, you're kind of playing this game of like, should I powder and then powder bronze and then try and add my cream blush after I've already powdered. It can get a little messy. So with this technique, you can go in with your cream blush and then set everything with powder. I have two here, both, well, very different. This one is definitely more so that like dewy, sticky feeling. This one dries down a little more natural, still creamy, very lightweight. This is the Milani Cheek Kiss Cream Blush, and this one is the Colourpop Serum Blush. I'm gonna save this one for another video. I'm gonna use the Colourpop Serum. I just feel like this one's been really popular, and then I will make it a point to use the Milani one in another video. They have other colors as well. This is the Colourpop Cheek Dew Serum Blush in the shade Tumble. And with a serum blush, what I like to do is, again, put it on the back of my hand like so. And with the tiny beauty blender, I'm gonna just dip it directly into here. Very sheer, I mean, look at that when you blend it out. Very natural looking. I think it'll actually pair well with this makeup. I actually feel like it's not giving me a lot of color payoff. Now that it's going on my cheeks, it's very, very transparent. I haven't seen any reviews on this. I know it was poppin', like I know it was popular. I don't know. I just feel like it could potentially mess up your foundation also because it's so serum-y. Like with a foundation that separates easily or is finicky, I don't think you'd be really happy with this blush. It looks pretty, but in terms of application, color payoff in comparison to the other cream blushes, especially something like the e.l.f. cream blush. Let's go get an e.l.f. cream blush. I would give this like from a 1 to 10, I'd give it a 4 for a glam look. But if you were doing like all natural, you're gonna apply this to like bare skin, then I would give it closer to a 10 because I think that's what you would want from something like that, right? But let's grab an e.l.f. blush. I'm gonna go in with this e.l.f. blush. Someone said it's on the side, the name, and I see it here, but I don't see the name. It literally just says distributed by e.l.f. Cosmetics in Oakland, California, made in China. Oh, Tahiti, my bad. But this one, okay, look at the color payoff of the e.l.f. one. Look at that. I'm kind of just gonna, what did I just do? And then I'm gonna take the large Oprah sponge and just blend it out. And then with my little brush, if there's any harsh edges, I'll just soften them out. And then I'm also gonna blend out any creasing because I'm gonna set with powder next. For the powder, I'm just gonna stick to what I know and love, Laura Mercier Translucent. I'm gonna use my Rephr 05 brush to just kind of do a little light dusting everywhere, and then I'm gonna press it in with that small brush underneath my eyes so I don't crease. I do feel like the foundation oxidizes a bit, so I might start looking a little darker than what I initially looked like when I first put it on. And this, by the way, is a Sephora Pro Featherweight Crease number 38 brush. I really like the softness of this brush for setting small areas and blending out creams. It works really well. I really debated what I wanted to use for the eyes and face. I have these two NARS palettes and I really love NARS. You guys know this. I used to work for them, the boutique on Melrose in Los Angeles as an artist. And I fangirl over all of their palettes, but I think with this last launch, I think a lot of people were like, oh, a lot of their palettes look the same. And they are all very similar, just various tones, but I personally love them for this particular shadow formula that they make. I know it has a certain name, so I'll have to find out. So I get suckered into these because I love the variation in tones and colors in each palette. I love the size of them, so I can take them with me if I were traveling anywhere. Obnoxiously huge, or you know what I'm saying? I like how they're compact. I think they're pretty, they feel luxe. And this shadow formula, again, this one's filled with them. And it also has highlighters. So I'm gonna use this one. This is called the Euphoria Face Palette. And I'm actually gonna highlight first with this color down here. Very pretty. I feel like the highlighter has almost like a similar tone, or similar, not tone, similar formula to the eyeshadows. It's just like this really beautiful sparkle. And it's not glitter, even though it looks like glitter. It's almost like, I don't know, it's like Tinkerbell, like a little pixie came and sprinkled some glitter on your face. I'm gonna use my Sephora Pro Contour 79 brush to dip into this color right here and just kind of add it to the brow bone and the cheek right here. And then really powder in that area so the highlight goes on incredible. Look at that. Ooh! Oh, I also have to do a little bit of contouring on the sides of the nose. Or not contouring, but just shading almost before I forget. Am I off-centered? Also, I consider this like the basic, well, basic, but wants like a little, you know, fierceness, a little pizzazz when needed with these two colors right here. But I'm gonna go for basic, obviously. And I'm gonna use my new faves, a Rephr 01 brush, which is like a pretty standard eyeshadow brush. I always compare it to like that really popular MAC one that everyone has, pinched flat at the base. I'm gonna go in with this basic crease color. And I sort of like to do this deconstructed eye and add a little here, but I'm kind of leaving this part blank for that shimmery shadow. It's like the perfect tone. And I'm gonna use this, this one right here. I'm gonna apply it with my fingertip right here and then blend it up to that area that had no shadow in it. Remember, I didn't apply the brown shadow all up in the crease. I kind of just stopped right there. So I kind of just pack it on there and then I'll grab a brush and blend it out. But this is definitely my favorite shadow formula that NARS makes. I absolutely love it. And anytime I'm in a pinch and I have to do my makeup really quick and I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do, I usually grab a NARS palette and pick a crease. Basically what I'm doing right now, I pick a crease shadow and one of their shimmery shades, and this is what I get. I could use a little more dimension though, so I think I'm gonna go in with this darker shade as well and add a smidge to the, just to the outer corner at the very base of, and right here on the lower lash line. And I just use that same brush the entire time, the Rephr 01 brush. It's perfect to do an entire eye with. Really versatile with the shape. And then going back to the palette, I'm gonna use that same highlighter that's on my face as an inner corner highlight. So it's gonna be another first impression. This is the Natasha Denona Contour Sculpting Powder. I wanted something really, really light for the sides of the nose that is almost invisible but still gives me that shading that I want. Picking up the powder with a Rephr number 27 brush. And I'm gonna add it right here for a little bit of shading. Oh yes, 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 yes. Oh my God, I feel like I sound like the text-to-speech on TikTok. Exactly what I wanted it to do, be really subtle. And I love it. It's the right color. It's even like, my skin tone, being a light olive, likes to turn everything pretty brassy, so this is why I want something that's really cool toned, because if not, these would look orange, and right now I think it's just perfect. I'm gonna be using this Dominique Cosmetics Ultra Hydrating Fine Mist. Literally what it says in the name, it is the finest mist ever. It's so light, love it. Gonna mist with this, give my MAC Fix Plus a little break. Look how fine that is. Wow. I tried this Victoria Beckham Future Lash Mascara. I just think it's probably like way too overpriced, but I do like the applicator. It's really nice and small, so I'm gonna use it just so you guys could see it on here. I used it in a IGTV makeup tutorial on Instagram. Again, if you're not following me there, what are you doing? I like to just sit and do makeup. I don't talk, I just record myself and do my makeup, and it's so soothing. Actually, I'm gonna do my brows first. And I use a lot of new product in those series as well. So if you love like more makeup tutorials, check out my IGTV on my Instagram. I'm gonna use Boy Brow. My order came in from Glossier. Wait a second. I purchased this because everyone raves about it, the Glossier Brow Flick, and it does nothing for me. Like, I don't know if I got a faulty one or what, but whenever I try and use it on my brows, I mean, it shows up here, but when I do it on my brows, I get nothing. Like, I literally get no color payoff whatsoever. Oh wait, now it's working. Oh my God, maybe she was just shy. I'm gonna go in with Boy Brow in brown first. I never use a black, even though I have black eyebrows. It just looks really unnatural on me when my hair is like a dark, warm, chocolatey brown in natural sunlight. So I like to use like a dusty brown, a cool tone brown on my brows. So this is Boy Brow in brown. And this isn't new to me. I've used this in the past. Really love it, especially now that I haven't really been putting like pencils or anything defining in my brows, just tinted brow gels. So I went back and purchased it, and also because I wanted to try Brow Flick. All right, now let's try a little bit of Brow Flick right here where I feel like some of my foundation came off. Let's see what happens. I'm just gonna stop because I don't think I need it, and I think I'm making my brow look worse. And I'm gonna go in with Future Lash by Victoria Beckham Beauty, if I didn't already say it was from her. Yeah, I think that the brushed applicator is cool, but I don't know if I could justify the price of this mascara. Especially when you have something like Sky High that works so well, you know? Okay, for the lip, I wanted to do something bold, but I really love how ethereal and glowy and fresh I look. I feel like it's very spring, like a soft, smoky, I don't know, I just really love it. So I don't want to do like something too bold and matte on the lips. I want to keep it nice and fresh. So I'm going to use a nude lip liner. This is a fave from Victoria Beckham. While I feel kind of like indifferent about the mascara, the lip definer in shade 02 is like my perfect everyday lip liner. And then I believe these also launched with that NARS collection, or at least one of those palettes, these glosses. Look at them. Can I hold all of them together? Ooh, ooh. Really beautiful. I want to use something shimmery, and I feel like it's like the same kind of beautiful shimmer that the eyeshadows have. This is the shade Sunrush. Look at that color. So I'm gonna outline with Victoria Beckham and then gloss it up with NARS. Also, you guys want to know a little tip for a steady hand when doing your lip liner? I actually press my entire arm on my boob to give me a steady hand. That is the look with everything that I tried this week. I will obviously let you know if I have tried it for longer than a week, if it's a first impression, because there were a couple of first timers in this video. I just can't help myself. Sometimes I just want to try them. I can't wait any longer. And I want you guys to experience them as well. So let me know if you enjoyed that. And as always, you guys know the drill. Give it a like, share it, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you in next week's video. Peace out.